Hi there, it's me again, your Lavanya. We are continuing our discussion on Thiruvarutpayan, verse number 37. It's a lovely verse, rather, it's I would say that it's a real good feast for a naturalist, as in environmentalist. So, if you look at this verse, it goes this way: Malai keduthor, mann keduthor, vaan keduthor, gnaanam, thalai keduthor, tharkedar, thaam. As in, if you look at it, he's talking about the nature. The first concept under nature is mountains. Are we really protecting the mountains? No. Basically, the mountains were created to protect us, to protect the living beings on this planet. But what we are doing is we are demolishing the mountains just because we want to make a maximum out of it. 100% selfishness. No other, we can't justify this kind of a behavior, because whenever we are talking about spoiling nature, we are number one. That's what recently I read a very nice article. I think it was also one of the article from one of the research, and also it was given in Facebook as a very simple quote. The quote specifies something like this: humans are the cancerous cell of earth, which is true, 100% true. If you look at all the other living beings, they protect themselves, they protect their kids, they make sure that their kids are safe. But what are we doing? Ultimately, we are trying to sabo the entire future generation to just make our life easier, our life pleasant, right? What are we leaving back when we die? What are we leaving back? Actually, if you think about that, right, we will get into a real guilty feeling. We are not leaving a very pleasant place for our kids to live in. That is the unfortunate truth. So, what we should be doing is protect nature, because God and nature cannot be seen separately. Nature is God, God is nature. So, if we say we love God, we should love nature. Even if you don't love God, please love nature, because at least you are able to see that and you are able to live with this nature. So, we ought to protect it, because the nature is going to protect us. If we don't protect it, obviously we are going to get into trouble, like what we are seeing right now. Corona, SARS, most of these viruses are happening because the third concept here the Guru is talking about is vaan keduthor, which is when we are not protecting the air or the space around us. So, you need to protect the mountains. If we don't, we are saboing our own self. The second one is mann keduthor, which is we are spoiling the earth. And we are able to see that right now. You see how much of the contaminated water we are pouring onto the earth. We are actually contaminating the soil. We are making the soil worthless to live. Are we not doing that? If we look at it, yes, 100% yes, we are doing it, especially plastics. We are spoiling the earth. And the third one is we are spoiling the space or the air, which we are proving right now with all the masks and so on and so forth, because we are talking about what we have done to the earth. So, when we talk about protecting Sister Gaia, it is not just a joke, it is real serious thing. And what our Guru has given us almost 600-700 years back, you can see what kind of a foresight he had. Malai keduthor, mann keduthor, vaan keduthor. All these things we are able to see around us. We are able to see the mountains, we are able to see the soil, we are able to see the water, we are able to see okay, we are not able to see the air, but at least we are able to feel the air. Something that is tangible, something that we are able to see, feel, touch. Are we protecting it? No. We are really not taking care of it. Now, think about even more subtle than the earth, subtle than the mountain, subtle than the water, which is nothing but grace. Do we realize that we are inside this grace? When we are not able to realize the beauty of mountain, the beauty of soil, the beauty of water, the beauty of space, how are we expecting this particular human brains to appreciate the grace? If you ask this as a question, the answer is really vivid. No, we don't have a clue. And that's what today's verse is giving us, which means We ought to protect the earth, we ought to protect the mountains, we ought to protect the air around us. Only then we will start realizing the grace. So grace is nature, nature is grace. That's what our verse number 37 talks about. I'll come back again with the next verse very soon. Until then, bye bye.